See if we're actually on. I don't know. It's not. It says we're live.
Something's happening on the screen.
Something is happening on the screen? Not on mine. Why is it not happening on mine? Oh, for fuck's sake. It's just a nightmare. Yeah, live now. Please be. Hey! Oh my gosh, I can see. Hey! I can hear me. Look at that shit. All right, now I can fucking do this. Copy and then paste. And now everybody on Twitter knows that we're live and where to fucking go.
Woohoo!
Jesus H. Christ Almighty. The goddamn nightmare this has been so far. And yet here we are and everything is working perfectly. Not one problem the whole time. Right?
Totally.
All right. Oh my gosh.
I think the universe is telling us not to do this stream.
You know, fuck the universe. They can suck a dick. I don't give a shit what the universe has to say. Oh my gosh. All right. Now here's where we just kind of meander around in circles and wait for people to show up. So how you doing, Valeda?
Fine.
Valeda's doing fine. How's everybody else doing? I'm crystal clear. Is Valeda crystal clear? That's what's most important. It's always important to defer to the woman. I'm fucking progressive.
Mm-hmm.
I play video games with female leads. Have you seen Horizon? It's a fun game, actually.
Mm-mm.
That was a game that all the feminists were like, oh my God, it's a game for us.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's actually pretty good, though. Like, what the cool thing about the thing that makes me laugh the most about it is that feminists, like, you know, Enid Sarkeesian, anytime they want to go, but then there are good games, and then they throw out Horizon, and it's
Isn't that who was harassing Ninja?
Oh, she harasses everybody that has anything to do with video games. That's not
because he said he didn't want to stream with women.
Yeah, she harassed him for that shit for a while. But she brings up Horizon all the time. And you know what the funny thing about it is? They never really mention that she's a girl ever. Not once. Like, there's not a point where it's like, but you're a woman, you can't do this. You know, like they don't have any of that. There's none of it. She just happens to be a girl. Like, you could make her a guy, you could make her a weird alien race, and it wouldn't fucking matter to the storyline at all because nobody ever notices it. Nobody ever mentions it. So it's like, and I guess that's like the point, I guess, is that they don't mention it. But at the same time, if the point is to say she's a strong female lead, that nobody ever mentions that she's a strong female, what? Like, I guess I don't get the point. So I don't know, but it's a fun ass game. You shoot robots with a bow and arrow.
Oh, that's what you were talking about the other day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Told you I was progressive. I gotta go and empower my woman. And I guess another thing is they don't have any like sexy outfits for her. Hi Ross, thanks for the support. But I keep trying to find one. I'm looking for a sexy outfit because I want to put her in one. Like, I'm hoping there's an unlockable bikini. You have to like type in fuckinita or something like that, and it unlocks a bikini for her. And then I'll stream it on Twitch, going, look at this. I'm playing a progressive game, all misogynist like.
You would.
I wonder how many times my internet's gonna shit out. I wonder how badly that's gonna fuck up everything.
I thought mine wasn't gonna work at all. So it just so happens that it's been fine for weeks, and then like halfway into 6 o'clock, it's like, nope, everything died.
Well, like, the video now has got this spinning circle, like it's loading, and I'm watching it with terror. Just I feel hot. My face feels hot right now because I'm like, oh my God, because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to have to restart the process all over again, because that would not be fun. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, you're still... Don't do that to me.
If I just be really quiet for a little bit, you'll think I'm gone.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially with the fucking loading wheel spinning. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Civic's here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to say all sorts of dirty things to you then.
You gotta watch that on the internet now.
I don't give a fuck, man. Come after me. Come at me, bro. Come at me, sis. Whatever the fuck it would be. So are you playing anything lately, or are you just not? You still playing Diablo?
I play it sometime. I gotta play this season because I guess they have a new pet, and I'm a pet collector.
I fucking took it off my Xbox. Because I was like, it's just, I got bored with it.
I need all the pets. The last one was a bloody bear. Bloody teddy bear.
That would be kind of cool. I have a succubus flies around with me.
I don't know if I have the succubus. I have the like voodoo doll chick.
Voodoo doll chick. Never seen that one before. Are you doing more of that Grim Reaper cartoon?
Yes, we have a Halloween episode coming out.
Oh.
That we're working on right now.
Do you mean you're actually gonna post? Holy shit.
It's on Vex's Vex started a second channel, Personify Pictures, and so all of the episodes are posted over there, but I voice 2 of the characters currently.
Oh.
But glad somebody's watching.
There's one. I'm not. I'm too busy watching the news. I don't fucking watch anything else. I watched Venom last night.
Every time I hear you say news, I hear, it's not the news. It's not the news.
What? What's not the news?
All the way back when I have like
Jesus fucking Christ. The morning show. Yeah, okay. It's not the fucking news.
It's not the news.
They still do news on the morning shows.
Questionable.
Yeah, well. They do fluff news on the morning shows. Because that's what they want, you're supposed to want to wake up to fun things.
Well, thanks, Pamela. I'm glad you like it. I don't know if Bex is in here, but...
I have no clue.
We have a Reaper fan. We're starting a new spin-off sometime.
Oh, yeah?
But it's hush, hush, secret, secret, so you'll have to look out for it.
Oh, so everybody forget what you just heard, because Valeda's blowing up the spot here. All right, I got a couple of questions. Spider-Man is still amazing. It's just like with video games like that, open world role-playing games, for whatever reason, I get so far in them and then I get bored with. So I unlocked like 10 new combat random encounters in every section of New York, and I got about halfway through them and I was like, fuck this shit. I don't want to do this anymore. So I've quit playing Spider-Man. I'm playing Horizon now. But it's still, I mean, it's a very fun game. It's an amazingly fun game. I highly recommend it. And Venom was good. I would say that it's like a B+ or A- type movie. It's not the best movie in the world. It's got a decent script. It does what it's supposed to do. It fulfills the purpose. It's a intro, origin story for how Eddie Brock and Venom get together. And that's really all it is. Like, even the conflict, the bad guy in it, he's almost like a side thing. And then they have a big fight at the end. Like, you kind of get it spins the plates well. In writing, it's called spinning the plates, where if you have multiple characters that are doing different things in different places, you always got to kind of go back to them to make sure that the reader understands that they still exist and that they're still doing things. And it spins the plates well. But really, it's like the bad guy in it is just kind of nothing until finally, then there's the bad guy. And then you go, oh, and then they go fight the bad guy. And that's pretty much it. Like, the storyline is really just straight up an origin story of how Eddie Brock and Venom get together. And I thought it was great. It was funny in parts, but it wasn't like the new Marvel movies where they just club you over the fucking head with the pithy lines and shit like that. There were funny parts, but it wasn't like forced. You know, they didn't shoehorn anything in. It was really good for a Sony movie, which was surprising because usually they suck. I mean, all the last Spider-Mans, even when they rebooted it with the other dude, it was just awful.
I hear that vape. Or is that a smoke?
Oh, I'm smoking. I have my vaporizer sitting right next to me, but I never use it. I don't even know if the battery's charged.
Oh, rip.
Yeah.
I switched to vape and then I can't go back to cigarettes. They just hurt.
Holy shit, Dennis is here. Fucking look at that. My man. Yeah.
Your BFF?
Yeah, pretty much. I would be playing Destiny 2 with him right now normally, but talking to you.
I had a Destiny character.
Destiny 1 or Destiny 2? It's very important.
The first one.
See, nobody plays the first one anymore. Gotta get with the times.
Well, it wasn't it was at my friend's house. I was just playing around on his Xbox for a while.
Yeah. It's a fun game, but it's not. Like, it's a terrible game, but it's so easy that you can't help but have a good time with it.
I made a big blue bald alien chick.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. Big blue bald ones. Yeah, I have like 2 sexy girls that I play with. And which okay, phrasing. And and I have a robot guy that I play with.
I don't like to play as human. Like if I have an option to not play as, I usually play like my Warcraft character. My main Warcraft character forever was a female Tauren. So I'll usually play like the biggest, ugliest, like animal bovine creature that you can find.
I usually like to play with sexy girls because I'm a heterosexual male and I'm attracted to sexy girls. So, like, if I'm gonna play, like, seriously, even with, especially with like role playing games,
so much clipping in this. Just so you know, there's gonna be
whatever. But especially in like role playing games where I know I'm gonna be looking at the ass end of my character for forever, I don't want it to be a dude. Like playing Witcher 3 kind of sucked because I'm looking at this dude's ass the whole fucking time. I would rather I could make him a girl. So usually I play girls because I'm like, I would rather look at a girl's butt for 100, 200 hours or whatever.
No, I don't really pay that much attention.
Well, you watch your own character. I mean, it's all on the screen, you know?
I guess, but I don't really. I have Tauren and I have trolls.
Well, I'm progressive, so I either like to play as girls or as black people. Like in Left 4 Dead, I was always the black guy.
Well, my Skyrim character, I had a Khajiit, but then my favorite character was a Redguard.
I think in Skyrim I played as they're not Ixar, but they're the lizards. Ixar is EverQuest. Whatever the fuck the lizards are called. I think I made a lizard dude.
Yeah, I tried to get my cat to marry the lizard because I wanted to see what would happen.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
Kobolds.
We're like, yeah.
Yeah, make kobolds. That's how kobolds are made. But no, yeah, like I picked the Ixar, or not the Ixar, whatever the fuck they're called, because they breathe underwater. And I was like, well, that's one less thing I have to worry about. I don't have to worry about drowning. Because it was either that or Khajiit, because Khajiit can see in the dark. So, like, either way, there's something there I don't have to worry about. Argonians, that's right. Thank you, Civics.
Still with the S on the end.
Whatever. Give a shit. It's his nickname. He likes it. Shut up. Valeda.
I know. For anybody watching, it's Valeda, but for some reason, Andy can't ever say it.
I say it properly. You just don't hear it properly. It's your nickname. Just go with that.
laughing at your accent.
I want to promote this now, just because I have the opportunity to kind of prep this now. I have a new character coming onto the show. I'm not going to say who it is, but we are all very honored to have this character coming onto the show. He's great. We're going to do good things together. It's going to be amazing. We're going to make this show great again. That's all I'm going to say. But I'll be doing a full video introducing the character tomorrow. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very much like Jesse, but let's just say a higher caliber. Right?
I missed the whole like Jesse era.
Jesse was all right. There's a guy named Gazi Kudzu or some shit like that, and Johnny Heating Pad, and Gazi is like a black militant activist type. And the video that I reviewed of his, he had this white dude like standing behind him, and he kept like he would point at the guy and say, "Tell him, Jesse," or something like that, and Jesse would go, "Uh-huh," and just agree with everything he said. So it was like Jesse was like his white slave, and he just agreed with everything that he said. So I drew Jesse on a whiteboard, and it was just a stick figure drawn on the whiteboard. And now he's my USGS specialist. He knows everything about geology, and he knows everything about the law. I was thinking about having Jesse on to talk about the Kavanaugh hearings, because Jesse is a specialist in the law, but I figured the sensitive nature of the subject might, trying to make it to, Black Hitler. That's him. Black Hitler. That's what people were calling him, Black Hitler. Yeah. Did he run? He tried to run. Jesse tried to run for mayor. I'd have voted for him, because he knows where it's at. Listen to those black people, man. Just sit there and agree. All right. Let's say we get this fucking thing started. 7:30. We got 17 people here. Everybody who's here is going to be here. All right. So, for those of you who may not know, Valeda. I did a video talking about the sickness of women, and Valeda, being a sick woman, had some things to say about it, some of which were very ill-informed critique, others of which were places where she totally lost the point that I was trying to make, and then the rest of it was her trying to convince everybody that she's not as sick as I know she is. And some of it was slightly offensive. Men are only good for procreation.
I will talk about that.
And since, I'll give you your chance to speak in a second. And since then, Valeda has gone through a shift of sorts in her opinions. Now she is a self-described MRA. How do you go from men are only good for procreation to men should have equal rights?
My turn?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's your turn now. That's a direct question.
Okay. So, just for everyone's information, I didn't have a shift. What happened was I was trying to sound nice, and by sounding nice, I ended up shooting myself in my own foot. So, I've not changed ideologies. I just was very poorly descriptive in them in previous discussions.
Uh-huh. You said I was fat shaming a slightly overweight girl, which I was, so, but you took offense to that.
No, I just said that wasn't nice.
Yeah.
I say things that aren't nice all the time, so I feel like I can call them out.
Yeah, but I was purposefully not being nice. See, that's where you lost the point.
That's fine. I mean, it didn't really offend me. I was just making a statement that it wasn't nice because I can recognize because sometimes I'm not very
You
nice.
sounded like you were upset a little bit.
I was also kind of stretching in playing the part.
Oh, you were playing a part, huh? So you were pandering. It's called pandering.
Probably a little bit.
Probably a little bit. Okay. Well, at least you can admit that probably a little bit maybe you were pandering.
I was being a slight jackass at certain points, so.
You were. Yeah. You were. I was too. I'll admit. But I was doing it on purpose. I think you were doing it for a reason.
Well, you're free to think.
Well, thank you for allowing me that freedom. When the mob comes after me, I'll say Valeda said it was okay for me to think.
Yeah, you just tell him.
Yeah. See this toon girl right here? She said it's all right.
No, so I got a little bit too into a thing whenever I was saying things, and sometimes I go a little bit, I don't know. I was just kind of having fun with the thing, and it got out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
So now I feel like I need to go back and fix that.
So now you're doing more your actual own points of view,
Yeah.
unfettered by like pandering to a certain crowd. Is that a good descriptor?
Well, by by trying to stay neutral and not pick a side, I kind of got shifted into a side.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to fix that.
So now you're gonna pick a side.
Oh, I've always picked a side. I just wasn't very vocal about it. So now I feel like I should probably clear things up.
All right. Well, clear things up, Valeda. Tell me about you. Where exactly do you lean in the political spectrum?
Where do I lean? I would say slightly more on the conservative side, but not crazy conservative.
Like what view? Just pull one out of your ass. What view would you say makes you conservative to any degree? Like, give me a conservative viewpoint you have.
The conservative viewpoint. I don't know. Pick a topic. Ask me something.
Do you love our president or do you just respect the office?
I
That's the
I
real
voted.
question.
I voted for our president, so
You voted for Donald Trump.
I voted Donald Trump.
Did you?
I did.
So you're on the winning side.
Does that surprise you?
Hey, it always does whenever a woman makes the right choice. Um, so you voted for Don. What was it that Donald Trump said that made you think that he was a candidate worth voting for?
Oh, at the time, it was a little sketchy for me. I will admit it was.
Mhm. A lot of people held their nose when they voted. I understand that.
I went and voted, and then I got tanked, like off my ass.
Wow.
True
That's
story.
like I had a bad sexual encounter and just went and got drunk.
Yeah, I have picture evidence. I got tanked off my ass. We went home. We watched them tally the votes, and I painted, drunk, painted V for Vendetta mask on my face and passed out on the couch like that and
Wow.
woke up with face paint all over me.
So
To my
you just painted yourself
roommate.
white and put a goatee on, or
Oh no,
button his mustache?
I did the full shading, the eyebrows, the mustache,
Jesus Christ.
everything. Yeah. It seemed like a good idea at the time.
So, but I mean, why vote for him? Was it just he's not Hillary Clinton?
um One, I mean, I am registered Republican, so unless
No, it doesn't
given,
really matter. You're not forced to vote Republican if you're a registered Republican.
well, no, I'm not, but I'm registered that way because I usually lean that way. So unless given, I like to evaluate everybody fairly,
Mm-hmm.
but Hillary Clinton, that would I there's no way I could have done that. It's just
But she's a woman.
I don't care.
But vagina. You have a
Uh,
vagina. She has a vagina. Don't you think maybe you should have voted vagina?
no.
All right, fair enough. Well, I didn't vote
Gender
vagina either.
gender has nothing to do with my opinion on voting. Neither does any of the other.
Depends on who you talk to.
Well, I mean me personally.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Depends on who you talk to. A lot of people would tell you that you personally are wrong.
Well, they can tell me that. They're not me.
Fair enough. Well, all right. So you voted for Donald Trump. So that already makes you essentially the devil.
Probably.
What do you think about how things have gone since? Do you think it was a good choice?
I don't think it was a bad choice.
It's not really the same thing. Do you think that the country is better because of what Donald Trump has been doing since he's become president? I guess would be more the question.
I see more of a rise from the other side. I see more people speaking out than used to be.
Well, that's
So
right.
that kind of makes it a little bit more balanced. People are actually like speaking up and saying things.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of makes me a little happy.
They're doing a lot more than that. Does that make you happy? I mean, we've also got Antifa.
But
Yeah. Did you see what they were doing recently in Portland?
Give me context.
Well, apparently there was a shooting, a police officer shooting, in Portland, and Antifa took to the streets and decided that they were going to just like randomly direct traffic. I'm not entirely sure exactly what they were directing traffic for. I don't know if they thought they were directing traffic around the protest or if they just decided they were going to just direct traffic and that was going to be it. But apparently, as long as you were okay with them or supported them or whatever, you could kind of do what you wanted. But if you decided you weren't going to follow with their direction, then they would attack your car and like hit your car and things of that nature. Like, it's fascism when it comes down to it.
Hitting your car, that seems petty.
Well, they're trying to control through fear. You know what I mean? Like that's what they're trying to do. That's what they've kind of always tried to do. That's why they get together in the masks and all that sort of thing. And they get violent and hit people with bike locks and all that sort of thing. It's kind of a listen and agree with us or else.
If people want to protest and people want to speak their opinion, whatever. But if nobody should be being violent, like that's assault and that's property damage. That's a little bit ridiculous.
Well, I mean, they were setting cars on fire at one protest. Just going through and breaking store windows at one protest. Apparently in some cities where they're like really active, like store owners have decided that they're going to put up signs in their windows saying, we hate Donald Trump or we support Antifa or something like that, just so that they won't have their windows smashed. That was a new thing that I had heard today.
Well, it's amazing to me that people's first thought is, okay, I don't agree with something, so I'm going to go destroy my own community.
Well, they don't destroy their own community. That's the thing. They go to other cities and have these protests.
Well, nobody should be destroying anybody's stuff.
Yeah. Well, they would disagree with you because they're, they have the whole communist thing. They're all communists. So they believe that there should be no such thing as personal property. So they feel that they're destroying, the communal property. And it's their right to destroy the communal property because, it's part of their
It's,
thing.
it's nobody's right to destroy anybody else's things.
No? I don't know, Valeda. They disagree with you on that.
Probably a lot of people disagree with me on a lot of stuff, but if you jump on the other side, then a lot of people disagree with whatever.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. But I don't know, that it's that sort of thing that it turns me off to the whole thing. I mean, I totally agree with you. Um, but yeah, they came about because of the election. Um, I don't know. I see it as the country got better, possibilities got more, uh, uh, you know, uh, 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 fruitful. Because I can't think of the word that I'm trying to say. And but at the same time, the populace went fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we have better opportunities, we have more possibility for growth. Our economy is doing fantastic. I think the Dow Jones is in it's had like its 115th, you know, straight uh, record day or some shit like that. Like they're every day the Dow Jones breaks new records because obviously it started breaking records and it just keeps going up. So every time they go up a little bit more, at one point, oh, we had another record breaking day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just everything seems to be going crazy, and unemployment is ridiculously low, lower than it's been for I think 50 years or some shit like that now. And at the same time, though, you've got just people that are just wicked pissed about everything, and it's really polarized us. I mean, I don't really know. I think another big sign of it will be in November. Um, in the midterms, I think that'll be a huge sign as to just how bad things are. Because I mean, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but she did it because she won huge metropolitan areas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, abundant. There you go. Thank you very much. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. um, but so if you win New York, California, a couple of other choice states that have huge metropolitan centers in it, then yeah, you're going to win the popular vote because they have the bulk of the citizenry. But
Yeah.
that was how Donald Trump won because he went to the places where there weren't just massive amounts of people. Like I honestly think that Hillary Clinton forgot about the Electoral College altogether. And that's another new thing that's going on. They're starting to want to get rid of the Electoral College again. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has been tweeting recently that the Electoral College is an outdated system, and that just makes utterly no sense to me. Are you familiar with the Electoral College?
Yeah. Hello. I think his internet might have crapped out again. I don't know, but the stream is still up. This happened once before. His internet was a little bit wonky, so it'll probably come back. Don't ask me to sing. The only thing I know how to sing in this chat is
Hello?
Dear Onision.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, hey, you're back.
Hey! We didn't have to fucking restart everything. Woohoo! What was I talking about?
Electoral College.
Yeah. Okay. What was it that oh shit. I think it was Benjamin Franklin said that a democracy is two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner. And the Electoral College is two wolves and a sheep, but the sheep has like a gun or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the quote is.
That's helpful.
But like essentially what the Electoral College is states that have huge populace, they have X amount of Electoral College votes. And I
like
may be
California
wrong.
has like 50 some, I think.
Yeah. But I think I may be wrong. I entirely might be wrong. But I think that the more populace you have, the less Electoral College votes you have. Or no? I don't know.
I think it goes by population.
Yeah, it's a system where it kind of equals it out to where the less populated regions still have more or less an equal representation.
Mm-hmm.
So that, the huge metropolitan centers can't essentially just by popular vote always get their way.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it to where the representation is on a more equal footing. And the Democrats don't like it because they generally lose through that.
Yeah.
Because they get the major metropolitan areas because everything that the Democrats generally, want to push for, those people like. With the people in the more rural areas, they have very different ideas on what they want the country to be about. So
if you get rid of the Electoral College, then essentially you'd be running on a government based on what like LA, New York, and Philadelphia want.
Yeah, pretty much. It turns into mob rule. And that's what they want because the mob currently wants, everything the Democrats want. So, yeah, that whole thing is starting up all over again because it's going to be midterms pretty soon. And this is fucking, it's insane. Like it's a system that was put into place 200 years ago plus by men that really, really, really thought hard and long and deep about creating a system that would work more or less no matter what happened in the future. I mean, they put a lot of thought into this. These were some smart fucking guys. They were well versed in politics.
I just hear Dane Cook.
What?
My dad's a smart fucking guy.
Yeah. Founding fathers, they were smart people. I mean, it's actually a very elegant system too. And you got to also remember, I mean, it was a time when a lot of people were playing around with government structures. And
my argument to everybody is always, if you think that something is broken, then find me a solution.
Yeah, well, the solution that's been found is, well, we want to get rid of the things that make us lose. You know?
Yes, oodles of noodles. Sorry. Sorry's in the kitchen eating noodles.
Okay, I don't remember that bit. Pretty much the only Dane Cook bit I remember is the fucking the weird guy at work.
You probably wouldn't remember this one because it is the one where why women win 99% of arguments.
Oh, what was it? The fucking the women are ninjas? Was that it?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
put a
mental
little, they
ninjas.
yeah, mental ninjas. They plant a little idea in your head and then it sits there and then it explodes. Yeah, I remember that bit. That was a
Are
funny
you
bit.
talking about when he was the Burger King? And the pickles, and the pickles.
No, it was like some girl said something like, "You're just like your father," or something like that, and you sit there and go, "You know what? I am. I am just like my father. My father's a smart fucking guy." Is that it?
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
said something about
that
you
one.
remember when he was at work, and that was
Oh yeah, no, that was
the Burger King drive-through.
no the bit where he was talking about the weird guy at work that you think someday he's going to come in with a sawed off and shoot
Oh yeah,
everybody, but
with
he wanted to give him a candy bar
the
to be
87 pens in his pocket.
yeah. I want to be friends with that guy so that way when he comes in and starts shooting everybody with a sawed off shotgun, he'll walk by my desk and go, "Thanks for the candy
Thanks for
bar."
the candy.
Yeah, that one. Who's Dane Cook? God damn it, Dennis! You know exactly who Dane Cook is.
3 to 5. 3 to 5 steps. Then she locks her leg. Yeah.
Okay, now you're just doing bits I don't know.
I'm
I'm not
sorry.
really well versed in Dane Cook. I like Dane Cook, but he's like a very, very physical comedian, and that shit gets annoying me real quick.
Oh, I like it. I like when he jumps all over stage and.
Yeah, you girls always do. It's a woman thing. Him and Bo Burnham, you guys love those fucking two for some odd
I'm not
reason.
really into Bo Burnham.
My ex was into Bo Burnham, and they're like, "Let's watch Bo Burnham," and I'm sitting there the whole time, just like, "This isn't funny."
I was kind of bored, to be honest.
Nah. But yeah, we were over at her friend's place, and we're all watching comedy, and I'm like, "Let's put on fucking Bill Burr, Norton, or something. Like, let's put somebody funny on. This guy's just fucking playing dumb songs."
I like Titus.
Never heard of him.
Ah, Christopher Titus. Gotta
Never
look
heard
him
of
up.
Okay. Well, fucking. Do you like Billy Burr?
Uh, sometimes.
did you hear where he was talking about you can't hit women? You'd love that.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think I did.
Oh, he said you can't hit women because they go down like a house of paper cards. You fucking do it. You just look bad.
I remember when Kevin Hart was talking about how he's not a fighter. And if somebody comes in, is like if you're on a date with him and somebody comes and punches you in the face, then you just got punched in the face.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've seen a lot of that. Fucking Dennis remembers the days back in the bar. We'd go to the bar and man, girls would just get guys in fights all the time.
Mm.
The funniest thing I ever saw probably in my life, I was at this bar and out in the, like, we kind of pushed a fight out into the parking lot. Because at this bar, there wasn't a bouncer. There was just a whole lot of regulars. And the regulars wanted to always protect the bar because we drank there every night. So whenever fights would start, we would just grab everybody and throw them outside. Say if you want to fight outside, you're not fighting in the bar. And we would make sure that they didn't come back into the bar. And me and my one dude are standing out there just making sure that, we're just goalies. Every time somebody come back our direction, we'd kick them back into play. And it was probably 10, 15 kids all just fighting each other in the parking lot. And the girls are trying to get the guys to leave. But there was one girl. She decided she was going to get involved, right? So there's these two dudes squaring off and they're fighting each other. And this girl runs up behind one of the guys and just with the just the flailing arm, you know, she reached all the way back to the next city and just flailed her arm at this dude and hit him in the head. And he spun around because, you know, he's when you're in a fight, a lot of people may not realize this, but you're very focused on everything around you, and your whole purpose is to hit the other guy more than you're getting hit. So when somebody comes up behind you and hits you, there really isn't a lot of time to process that. You just turn and attack. Like, okay, now I'm being attacked from behind, so I got to focus this way too. So he spun around and clocked her in the side of the head, and she went down and started crying. And that pretty much, it was amazing because that broke up the fight. Like at that point, everybody fucking left. And Dennis, and so she's sitting on the ground crying, and a couple of her friends came up, and she goes, and this is what made it the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. She actually said, "Why did he do that? I can't believe he hit me."
He probably didn't even see you.
No, he didn't. Like,
whoever hit him.
Dude, he swung around and just swung. He spun around and just swung at whoever it was that was behind him, attacking him. And he hit her. And then when he realized that he'd hit a girl, that was when everybody just kind of ran. He just was like, fuck this. And he just took off. So, I mean, it wasn't like he, you know, she went to the ground and he just started kicking her. It wasn't like he, you know, was in it with her now and just decided to attack her. But he hit her and was like, oh shit, and just fucking took off.
Yeah.
And I was so stunned that she said, why did he hit me? And I looked at my dude and I said, you know, oddly enough, I'm really okay with this. And he's like, yeah, me too. And I was like, I don't really feel good about it, but at the same time, I really kind of do. And he's like, yeah, me too. Well, so we decided in that one instance it was okay for the girl to get hit. Because it was like she ran up and hit the dude. It was like, what do you think's going to happen? You can't clock somebody from behind while they're engaged in combat with another person.
If you're swinging in a fight, you have to anticipate the fact that you might get hit.
Oh yeah, and she was stunned. She was utterly stunned that he had the balls to whip around and hit her. And I'm like, he didn't even fucking realize. He wasn't looking at gender at the moment. He was being attacked. But yeah, it amazed me that yeah, I was like, oh my god, I can't even fucking believe that she like that would go through her mind. I can't believe he hit me. It's like, bitch, what do you think was gonna happen? Yeah, I've seen so many girls and like, you know, like there was one guy that was helping us try to break up a fight. And he grabbed this dude and was holding him down. And his girlfriend was just all up in his face. It's just my man that's got you. You ain't getting out, blah, blah, blah. And just screaming at him. And I could tell this dude was you can tell when somebody's starting to get like rage strength. And I'm like, you're about to get your boyfriend beat up because this dude's going to fucking break this hold because he's just all of a sudden going to have that adrenaline rush. And then he's going to fucking clock your dude. And then spin around and clock your ass, and I'm going to laugh, and I'm not going to do anything to stop it because you're inviting this. Like, sorry. You know, it's like I've told girls a lot, don't start fights that you think I'm going to stop for you because it ain't going to fucking happen. When you start the fight, you got to finish that shit. Like, I'm not getting involved.
If I start a fight, I don't expect no man to finish it for me. Just we'll be clear on that.
Yeah, but there's a lot of girls that don't think that way. It's weird. Just weird stuff. The things that go through you women's heads. You're all sick.
Nah, according to you.
That was who, Jacket? What did you do? Fucking Dennis. No, that wasn't you. That was Jay that night. That was a different one. I don't know what you're talking about. That was me and Jay. I don't know. Me and Dennis saw so many goddamn fights. It was ridiculous, some of the fights that people would get into. I broke up a fight one time at a Ohio State-Michigan game. and it was two Ohio State fans that were fighting with each other. I'm like, you guys are the team's winning for one thing, and I'm like, and you guys are wearing the same fucking colors. Why are you fighting each other? Who even fucking knows how it started? They were drunk and stupid, and just decided to get into it with each other. I guess I don't know.
I went to 4 years of college. I have seen my fair share of drunk and stupid.
Yeah, I went to college too. I just never took any classes. Most of the time I spent in college was in girlfriends' dorm rooms or playing vampire. Role-playing games. Those were my college days. Never took one class. Didn't cost me a cent. I have no college debt, yet I probably spent about 4 years on campus.
Well, I did start going to one campus with an ex for a while before I actually went to college, and the stuff there was a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
There would be upwards of 1,500 drunken college students walking up and down the streets, falling into bushes, and the police would just arrest random ass people because everybody was drunk in public. So
yeah, you pick off the stragglers.
Mm-hmm.
Police are like the lions, just taking whatever buffalo they can get out of the herd. And that guy looks like he's safe enough to arrest. Let's go get him. Yeah.
People walking down the street in their boxer shorts falling into bushes, and then you had people that were on the balconies throwing water balloons down.
Jesus Christ. And sober up. Yeah, I took a girlfriend back to her dorm. It was like a 2-hour drive, and I drove her back home. Spent the night. And then the next morning I woke up and there was a parking ticket on my car. And I just went, nah, and took it off my car, threw it on the ground, and just went home. I'm like, I'm never going to be back here again. Fuck it. So there's one city in Ohio that I just can't go to anymore because most likely I'll get a boot for like, I don't know, shit. It would be, at this point, I think it would be 20 years unpaid parking ticket. So I can't go to that town anymore, but yeah, I have no reason to, so who cares? I'm not going to date a girl that's in college these days, I don't think.
I hope not.
Yeah.
That might be half your problem.
What do you... Oh, this is something that might upset you. I made a video recently saying that I wouldn't date a girl my own age because it would be gross. Thoughts?
I think I need you to go a little bit more in depth with that analysis.
Because it would be gross. I don't want to date somebody as old as I am. She's old. 39's old for a woman. That's old. I want to date a 39-year-old.
Hang on, I'm reading this comment. I can't read and talk at the same time. It's so bad.
That's why I ignore the comments. I just look at them every once in a while. I haven't seen any super chat, so I don't care. And please don't send me super chats. I don't want YouTube to make any more money off of me. But yeah, there was one. I'm gonna say kid because he said that he essentially said that he was in high school, I think. But he was like, my mom is 30 or 40 something and she's hot. Or no, my girlfriend's mom is 30 or 40 something and she's hot as fuck. You're not even in the same league as her. And I thought I had the best response in the world. I said, that's right. I am not in the same league as her. She's in the old timers league. I thought that was beautiful. Never got an answer to that one. Yeah, women Dennis's age would be dead. Because Dennis is 435 years old.
Rip.
Yeah.
So I can't really comment because I don't necessarily ever date anybody my own age either.
Yeah. You like the younger guys?
Well, we all know this.
Easier to control, huh?
No.
Ooh, there was a tone there.
That's what my teacher used to say. He said if you if you date a guy older than you, then they can tell you what to do. But if you date a guy younger than
Right.
you, then you can tell them what to do.
Yeah. You need somebody to tell you what to do.
I
Civic still
do,
here?
and that's why I have a little bit of a mouthy one now.
Yeah, there you go. Civic still here? Civics, check in.
He's probably here.
He's creeping now. So I want to hear where this is gonna go. There he is. What's going on, Civ? uh yeah. Anyways. So well,
Well,
no,
don't
what
think
else
he
you want to talk
doesn't. He
about?
doesn't and shy away from putting me in my place when necessary. So
The
it's a good
biggest
balance.
mouth on the block. Yeah. That's exactly what I got from you every time I talk to you, buddy.
You'd be surprised.
Hmm,
That's
I
all I'll
would.
say.
That's all I'll uh what else you want to talk about? What else is going on? What's going on in your head? Do you have anything you want to
Uh,
ask me? Any questions?
I mean, generally, not much goes on in my head. I was watching scary movies today. That was what was
Oh
going on
yeah?
in my
What was you
head.
watching? We can definitely
Uh,
talk scary movies.
wait, we got the chat going.
There were
There were
reasons.
reasons.
Oh, I know. I know.
I watched the new Unfriended, the dark web.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't too bad. I still like the original.
I never saw the movie, but I watched the Cinema Sins on it. And
Mm-hmm.
it had me fucking rolling. I was howling at this thing, just laughing my ass off. I'm like, okay, I got to see this fucking movie now. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. But yeah, are you planning on seeing the new Halloween?
I don't know.
Come on, it's pro feminism.
Eh. Will you stop calling me a feminist, goddamn?
No, I'm not saying you're a feminist. I'm saying it's pro feminism. I want to see it. I want to see how they butcher it. They're gonna have fucking what's her face as like a doomsday prepper. She's turned into a doomsday prepper, and Michael Myers is coming after her, and she's gonna shoot him and stuff.
Yeah.
Put this weird twist. They're gonna turn her into a crazy, like conservative. I
I
don't know.
I can't with this. They don't have any new material to make movies out of, so they keep going back and taking old movies and making
Right.
newer movies out of them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like they've run out of ideas. Even the new movies are always based on some book or something like that. I don't know.
I admittedly didn't come
See you,
prepared into
Tim.
this.
Okay, what was that? Sorry.
I, I admittedly didn't come into this with any questions because I thought you were just going to be pummeling me with questions.
Yeah, I don't know. We agree too much on things.
I
So it
tried to tell you this,
seems.
except you just wouldn't listen to me at the time.
Eh, I still don't believe you. I think you're just pandering in a different direction.
Mm-mm.
Well, I don't know. You don't fucking put any goddamn content up. It's difficult to get a read on you.
I said I just say things whenever something makes me mad.
Eh. What? Jason. Michael Myers. Jesus blank. Halloween.
Yeah.
Jason's Friday the 13th.
Halloween was from like what, the 70s? It's like a
I think it was
million years
70s.
ago.
Yeah. Well, they've rebooted it now like 6 times, I think.
None of that shit counts. Now this new one they're going based off the fact that like a whole crap ton in the storyline didn't even
Oh yeah.
exist.
They essentially said everything after the first movie didn't happen, and this is like the new version of the second movie.
You can't do that.
Hey, they are. That's what they're doing. They're saying
I
that
mean,
he
you
got locked
can, but
up.
you're
He got
gonna piss
locked
off
up.
a bunch of people that
Oh yeah, of course. Well, the way the story goes is there was the first Halloween, and then Jamie Lee Curtis's character, like Michael Myers, got locked up for 30 some odd years, and now Jamie Lee Curtis's character, she's like a doomsday prepper. So she's got, like panic rooms and this, that. I don't really know exactly, but she's got all that kind of shit going on.
does she
And
got her Activia?
I would hope so. I mean, if she's going to be taking out this crazy psychotic guy, she better be shitting crap. But you don't want to be constipated when something's scaring the shit out of you, because that's just
No.
going to be rough. It's going to be some gut pain you don't need at a inopportune time. But yeah, so like she's turned like psycho, doomsday prepper, where she's getting ready for Michael Myers, and of course he gets. I don't know if he either gets released or breaks out or something like that. But so he's coming back hunting her, and she's gonna hunt him right back, because because that's what it's got to be.
Well,
We got to empower women.
Mike Myers was Mike Myers. I read
Yeah,
in the thing. Michael Myers was always a slow bastard. I'm
yeah,
surprised they
but he
haven't
can
killed him off
teleport,
yet.
right?
I don't know. They made that whole one where he was like, oh no, wait. So that's a Jason movie. Yeah, that was the Jason movies. I don't know. They all freaking run together now.
Yeah, I know. The tall guy in a white mask. Tall guy in a white mask. I do understand. I
They made
think
that.
I always thought that the best Halloween movie was the third one, because it had absolutely nothing to do with Michael Myers. That was the best one for me, because I hate Michael Myers. I think he's a crap character.
Jason was always my favorite.
Jason was very cool. If you actually notice, Dennis's little character icon is Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis is a huge fan of Friday the 13th. Did you ever play the game?
Which game?
Friday the 13th, the game. The one that came
Like
out
the
like a year or so ago, 2 years ago maybe.
no.
Oh, it was so much fun. That was a good game. I don't know if anybody's playing it anymore, but that was a real fun game back at the time. Like, oh my God,
I
it was
did.
hysterical. I was huge into it. I was playing it every day. And I got into like a group of people that we all kind of became friends, and we just played with each other every opportunity that we could. And we had pretty much a full group. And, but in between, when we were waiting for people to get on, shit like that, we would just jump into random groups. And I jumped into a random group, and there was a girl that was in the group. And she was one of those girls that like wasn't terrified to talk. So she had her mic on, and she was talking. And I mean, there wasn't anything fucked up going on. Nobody, it's like most of the time, just there's a girl here, and we are just gaming with a girl. There it is. And I got picked as Jason, so I'm killing everybody, and I was really good at Jason. I have a very very low escape percentage when I'm playing as Jason. So I wound up getting the girl, and I killed her, and it was hysterical because she's screaming right in her microphone, and I don't know. I thought it was funny because I'm like, this is the first time I've like gotten to kill a girl as Jason, and that's like a big thing in the movies. Usually it's the girl screaming.
Yeah.
And after the match was over, I said, "Hey, I just wanted to say it added a little bit more immersion for me that you were a girl and screaming as I killed you. So I just want to say thanks for that." And like the room got real quiet, and she's like, no problem. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave now. My group's here. I don't know. I figured that she would take it a little bit more in the whimsical spirit that I was kind of saying it.
I can't
But
because I do Foley for horror movie screams. So if I was actually screaming into a microphone like I was getting murdered, I would probably blow your speakers out.
yeah, that would have been awesome. I'd like to kill you sometime in that game.
Well, I mean, we can try, but
Oh, I was damn good as Jason. I think I've had, out of all the times that I played as Jason, I think I had a grand total of maybe 4 or 5 people actually escape. And when you're talking, I think the game was like 8 versus 1, 6 versus 1, something like that. Yeah.
I did now watch the Angry Video Game Nerd. That's my favorite video of his, is whenever he does the Nintendo style review on the Jason game.
Oh, like the Nintendo game? The old Nintendo game?
Yeah, the Angry Video Game Nerd.
I've heard of him before, but I've never watched him.
Oh man, that was the best episode.
He actually did the old NES version of Friday the 13th.
I think that's what it was.
Oh, that's such a shit game.
Yeah, well, he was bitching about it the whole time. It was hysterical.
Yeah, it's a terrible game. I have it. I don't think I played it on the channel. I played a bunch of old Nintendo games, and I thought they were hysterical videos because, like, Nintendo games are all repetition. Like, you really just have to play them over and over and over again until you learn where everything is in the stage, and then you can just breeze through it. And I never did that with most of them. I just played them for as far as I could get and go, okay, well, that's it. And so, like, I have a whole series of old Nintendo games that I played, and they're all about 10 minutes long because I only play it for about 10 minutes, lose all my lives, and go, well, there you go. I think I did play Contra all the way through, but I had to use the cheat.
The Mario games, I played Mario 1 and Mario 3. I have beaten.
3 and 2 are the only ones I beat. I never beat 1.
2 I liked, but there was just like, I don't know, it was so different.
You didn't like it because the princess was in it. Admit it. Sexist.
I don't think that really had anything to do with it.
It was the first time you could play as a girl and you didn't like that. Admit it.
Nah.
Self-hating.
Really didn't factor into the decision. Although I think that dumb bitch is like, do you ever see the videos where
she was
where they're
awesome.
like,
she could float.
how many goddamn times are you gonna get kidnapped? Like, Jesus.
Yeah. It is a thing where at this point, I think she's looking to get captured. She's just
what is she like
whore. No, she's just an attention whore. And she knows she's got Mario wrapped around her little fucking finger. And poor Luigi, he's always just getting drug along. And then they brought fucking Yoshi into it, and that poor dumb dinosaur, he's just there for sacrifice.
I like Red Yoshi.
I always like the blue one. He could fly. Why wouldn't you like the blue one? Red Yoshi just shoots fireballs. Gives a shit.
Fire. It's the fire.
Yeah, but blue Yoshi can fly.
I like the fire.
You can get anywhere if you can fly.
When I played Mario Golf, I was always Red Yoshi, and I got an albatross on that shit.
Mario Golf. I never played Mario Golf. I played Mario Tennis for the Game Boy.
Oh boy.
That was a fucking easy ass game. You run up to the net. When they hit it back to you, you just hit it really hard one direction or the other from the net. And you just won every time. Every time. It was the stupidest fucking game in the world. Once I figured that out, I was like, I can't even play this anymore. I never lose. There isn't even a chance.
Is one thing that I did want to ask you about, because you have stated that you don't like to interact with women anymore.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no. No. Like, honestly, if there wasn't a chat here to, like, chaperone, I would be nervous just talking to you alone. Thoughts?
Immediate thought. That sucks.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's rough. Because it's like I won't go to the Christmas party. I already told everybody, I'm like, no, I'm not going to the Christmas party. Because that's too much of a social interaction where there's mixed genders. I can't do it. And like I was in a sub shop a couple weeks ago getting a sub, and there was two girls working behind the counter, and there was a lady in there that was a customer, and it was me and three women, and I was nervous as fuck the whole time. Yeah, can't do it. I don't date anymore. No, won't happen.
See, this is why I say this is why I get irritated when people speak on behalf of all women, because not all women are afraid to be in a room of men.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid to be in a room of all women, so
Yeah, and it sucks.
terrified of that. Like that. That's my fucking nightmare right there. No.
I would, when I was in college, like pre-college and in college, because I had a gap before I went to college after high school.
Mhm.
I would always go out alone, and all of my guy friends would be there, and I knew that if anything happened, that they would have my back. So
Mhm.
I was always more comfortable around my guy friends than I was any girlfriends.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like it's kind of a shitty society where guys are afraid to interact like that anymore, because
Oh, I
all of my
mean,
guy friends were like my brothers, like they had my back all the time.
yeah. Oh, yeah. But like nowadays, like businessmen, they a lot of them are refusing to mentor women because
Hmm.
there's a lot of late nights, private meetings, things of that nature, and they're like, it's just not worth the risk.
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies, we can't help you to better yourself because you're too risky to fucking be around in that situation. A lot of lawyers, they're not taking female clerks because again, a lot of late nights, shit like that. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, it's the world that many women have decided they wanted to create, and I don't think that they realized the monster that they were going to unleash. I don't think that they figured out, holy shit, maybe if we start calling all men rapists, men aren't going to like that, and they're just not going to want to associate with us anymore.
Hmm.
But I mean, before the whole Me Too thing started, even I was seeing uh, news footage of like in New Zealand. I guess there's a big problem with older ladies that are divorced that they just can't find men anymore because older men are generally married, younger men are generally dating, and guys that aren't, they've kind of made this decision, we're just going to be alone, and
Hmm.
we're fine with that. So the whole MGTOW thing started up.
Yeah.
A lot of guys have gone into that, and they just don't want to deal with the hassle. But yeah, I like, I'm always, here's a funny thing, I'm always terrified that I'll be in a public place and a girl will come up and start hitting on me and like ask me out. That the idea of that terrifies me now, because it's like that is such a trap, because if I say no, is that going to be a thing that's going to turn around to bite me in the ass? Like, is she going to say that I did something horrible because she's upset that I said no? And if I say yes, I don't want to be alone with her ever,
Hmm.
because if something happens and she decides to get pissed at me for some random ass arbitrary reason, then I'm in the same fucking situation. So it's like,
The thing that bothers me about the Me Too movement, because I mean, admittedly, I was looking into it when it first became a thing because I thought Me Too was inclusive, but it seems to be very
funny enough,
exclusive.
yeah,
Um, because men are assaulted just the same as women, and
hmm,
it upsets me that nobody wants to recognize that.
I used to have a girlfriend that would hit me all the time, and that was a bad situation. Finally, I looked at her one time and I was like, "Why do you hit me all the time? Like, why do you do?" I mean, it wasn't like she was punching me in the head or anything like that. She would always hit me in the arm. She was always hit me in the arm, and she had these little fists with these little teeny knuckles. And I don't know if you girls understand that or not, but when you hit somebody in the arm, like your little teeny knuckles, they work between the muscles, and that fucking hurts real bad. And finally I looked at her. I'm like, why do you hit me all the time like that? And she's like, oh, you don't care. You take it. And I'm like, yeah, the first 4 or 5 times you do it, but in an evening where we spend time with each other, you hit me in the same fucking place like 20 fucking times. That shit starts to hurt after a while, and
Yeah.
she couldn't understand that I didn't like that sort of thing. And I'm like, that's scary that you don't understand how somebody can not want to be punched a lot. Like, like what if I hit you like that? And she's like, well, you'd never do that. And I'm like, that's very true. But what if I did? Like, would you think that's fun? Would you give a shit at all? Well, of course I would. Okay. And she's just looking at me with this blank look, like, yeah, and so, and I'm like, what? Really? Okay. Like, yeah, dude. Women are
Um,
fucking wackadoos.
I don't think that women should hit their boyfriends. I don't think that boyfriends should hit their girlfriends, or
I don't think anybody should hit
whatever kind
anybody.
of relationship you're in. I don't think that you should be hitting your partner.
No,
Kind
of course not.
kind of fucked up.
But there's that
Um,
double standard.
I don't even like a scenario where somebody is asking me to like play hit them.
Yeah,
Like it makes me feel bad.
yeah. Just ask Asia. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's weird opening doors for girls. I'm always waiting for one to freak out. Dennis just said he got yelled at by a woman for holding the door open for her. And
And it's those people that ruin other men opening doors
yeah,
for their
chivalry.
girlfriends.
I
That's
forget who it was that said chivalry's dead. Damn right, and women killed it. There you go. Our old roommate hit me too all the time. Yeah, yeah. Me and Dennis lived with another guy, and I was the small. Like Dennis is a big guy. He's 6 foot something, and he's a big dude. And the guy that we were living with, he was another big guy. He was 6 foot something, a big dude. And like he wasn't really the brightest bulb in the pack. And I would always like word him up. I'd say some dumb shit, get him to fucking say something stupid, and I'd laugh at him, right? And
Mhm.
his response to that was always to like hit me, or he put me in a headlock and fucking squeeze my head and shit like that. And finally I looked at him, I'm like, do you really like, is that winning for you? Like I make you look fucking stupid, so you attack me? Like, is that winning for you? And of course I got hit for that too. I'm like, if I decided to hit you back, it's gonna go very badly for you. And he's like, oh no, it'll go bad for you. And I'm like, no, because I'll just kick you in the fucking nuts and beat the shit out of you. Like, I'm not gonna play fucking fair. I realize there's a size difference here. Like, tactically I'm smarter than you too. Like, you get
Yeah.
that, right? And yeah,
Well, that's what I always said. I don't play fair. If somebody's bigger than me, I'm going to use whatever I have in
you're
arm's
damn right.
length.
Yeah,
If you're attacking me, I'm going to defend myself.
yeah, I'll pick up that fucking chair right there and hit you with it. Like, are you fucking? What's wrong with you?
But
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's. I don't know. It's weird.
that is one thing that I hate that is ruined is men um being allowed to be gentlemen,
Yeah,
because it's not fucking acceptable anymore, because it's seen as oppression. It's not oppression whenever you are um appreciating the person that you're with.
yeah,
It's a little troublesome to me.
yeah. What was that? The last Denzel Washington movie. I saw a trailer for it, and where he was the lawyer, and there was like a big meeting, and he's like, "Look at you two brothers sitting there, and there's these two women standing behind you. Like, why don't you give them your seats?" And the one girl goes, "That's sexist," and he goes, "Or polite."
Yeah.
I was like, "There you go." Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, plus I had backup. Yeah, I also had Dennis. If it ever came to blows, it would have been two of us. Dennis has always had my back. Dennis is my girl. I've always said that. If I was gay and a chubby chaser, I would totally be all over Dennis. That'd be my woman. But I am neither of those things. So
Maybe we don't need to find you somebody exactly your own age, but you need to progress beyond those college girls.
hell no, man. They're just too you know, fit and sexy. I don't know. It's thing.
My God.
What? What is it fucked up for me to say that I'm attracted to attractive girls? Like, what is it? What?
Attraction is subjective. I can't blame anybody for their level of attraction.
Well, I mean, I'll always date a trans person because Riley said I have to. Otherwise, I'm transphobic.
I'm not even gonna start with that. Oh, no.
Why not? Come on. Riley's a girl. She's a lesbian. You should be able to identify with at least half of that.
Listen, it doesn't matter. I
There's a video that I've had on the back burner for a while now where it's Riley talking about all of the great things about being a lesbian. I want to review it so badly, but I just never fucking time for it. But I definitely want to get into that one at some point because it's hysterical. Because there's one thing that she says over and over and over again, and it's I'm a lesbian. She says that over and over again. So great, I'm a lesbian. Yeah, is this great thing about being a lesbian because I'm a lesbian, and it's like you're trying to convince everybody, Riley. Like when you say that so much, it's because you don't really believe it because you know
over
it's not
explaining.
true.
All the over explaining.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I am here here is one stance that I have is I don't think that people realize how much that males are abused as much as females are abused.
We're abused worse than women. You guys are fucking mental ninjas. Remember? There's a fucking whole bit about it. People laugh about it. Do you remember Lorena Bobbitt? Do you remember that whole thing? When she cut the guy's penis off, threw it in fucking disposal?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? You remember the news coverage about it? How everybody was laughing about it like it was hysterical? Can you imagine if he cut her titty off and threw it in a fucking dryer or some shit like that? Could you imagine the outrage that would have gone on? Nobody would have laughed about that shit. No, she cuts his penis off, and that's funny. That's a big joke. Like, there you go. There's that double standard.
There's just as much male abuse, and
More
because
so, you all abuse us every
because
day.
of society,
Ugh,
nobody will come forward, and it bothers me. It does bother me.
You know how many male shelters there are that cater strictly to men? One. In this country, there's one. Because it's amazingly difficult for them to get licensing for it because the feminists protest like crazy. So there's one. And men aren't allowed in female shelters because of the obvious. They're men. You can't have a man. You can't have a fox in the hen house. You can't have a man around all these abused women because they've all been abused by men. Yeah, there's one. One. You know how sad that is? Fucking one. Hundreds of female shelters all over the place for abused women. One for men. One.
This is why.
Sad, isn't it? Like, that's terribly sad.
There's a Twitter page. There's a Twitter page that I follow. It's 1 in 6. 1 in 6, which is 1 in 6 men that are abused.
Yeah. We're all abused. I still say that. You abuse us all of you. And I feel bad for any man that's with a woman and all of your cats.
I do have cats. But it's not just women on men or men on women. There's men on men, there's women on women.
Yeah. But still. Did you watch the video with Vegan Cheetah and his girlfriend when they broke up?
No, because those two are crackpots.
I reviewed it, and like they were breaking up. she was drunk, and he just wanted her to leave. I guess it was his place.
Oh, okay, maybe I did see this.
Yeah, he didn't want her to just be left alone there because God knows what she'd do. And her argument was, well, I don't want to leave you alone with my makeup kit. My makeup kit's here, and you might destroy it. And he's like, well, I don't want to leave you alone with all of my possessions because this is my apartment, and these are all of my possessions. This is everything I have is here.
So take your makeup kit and go.
Yeah, and he just kept trying to get would you just please leave? You're drunk and you're being abusive. I just wish you would leave. And she pepper sprayed him like twice that night.
Mm-hmm.
Because he spit on her, which, you know.
Well, by all accounts, Vegan Cheetah's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
But,
well, you know, and that's not nice that he spit on her. But at the same time, with that level of frustration, I mean, that was the question I had in the video. What do you do with somebody who refuses to leave? When you just want somebody to go away and they refuse to leave, what do?
You gotta call the police.
Well, you can't call the police because the police are going to arrest him because that's generally what they do in that situation. Which means he would go to jail for the night and she would be left alone in his apartment to do what she wished. That's generally what happens in a domestic dispute. Generally, the man gets picked up.
Well, I think in that particular case, he video logged it.
She was recording it.
Well, weren't they both recording?
Not that I ever saw. I never saw his recording of it. All I ever saw was what she recorded. And she recorded herself pepper spraying him at one point.
I don't know. His brother has a channel. And I thought at some point that he had recordings, but
I have no clue. All I ever saw was hers.
There are not just in relationships. There's a lot of abuse that goes on as far as sports teams or anything like in prep schools where you would get inducted, so to say, or in fraternities. There's a lot of male on male abuse that goes around too.
Yeah, a lot of gay stuff in fraternities for some reason. Never got that.
It's domination is what it is.
Making guys do gay stuff. Elephant walks and weird shit like that.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's a lot of gay stuff. I'll never get that. Like, I
don't know anybody that knows about elephant walks.
Huh?
I don't know anybody that knows about elephant walks. I thought, like...
Yeah, you do. I know about elephant walks. Hold my dick. Let's walk around. Like, a lot of gay shit goes on in there. I never got that.
It's all domination. It's the same with sororities. It's all a domination thing. It's all
but you guys deserve to be body shamed. Lose some fucking weight. Can you believe it? Like 3/4 of my audience is women. How did I accomplish that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It all comes from joy.
Oh God.
It's where all my audience is from.
She is back.
Yeah, I don't care. She's back. That's such bullshit. She ain't back. She never left. I ain't getting into that though. As much as I'm sure everybody just perked up their ears and was like, "Oh shit, here we go." No, I ain't getting into that shit. No, thank you. I'm not opening that fucking can of vipers again. Been bit too many times. Ugh.
I watched Joy from beginning to end and then beginning again. So.
I watched her from beginning to middle because she subscribed to me. Because I think she started the same time, roughly. I think her like third video or something like that was when I made my first Onision video. And like a couple of days after that, she subscribed.
Oh God, Onision.
And she subscribed to me all the way up until I made my first video on her. And then she didn't subscribe to me anymore.
One of the reasons that my channel got flagged was a manual flag from Onision.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jealous. I would love to have gotten flagged from him. That would make me laugh.
I mean, I have no proof of that, but at the time, he was going around and flagging videos, any video that had a certain we'll say phone call in it, with him and somebody of legal counsel, and he was going around flagging all of those videos so that they would be taken down because it was something that came from his Patreon, and then it was leaked and it was all over the internet.
Well, see, you did the bad thing there. It wasn't like you got flagged because you didn't like your fucking critique.
Well, I posted some crap that was already all over the internet. God forbid.
Yeah, well, yeah. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Take the flag.
Yeah. Well, that's
I'm
what
not
I
going to
did with
send him my
Nicole Arbor
information.
when I got flagged for that. You know, before I reposted that to BitChute. And by the way, anybody that wants to watch the video that I got flagged for about Nicole Arbor, it's on BitChute. But I rewatched it before I posted it because I wanted to see what exactly it was that might have led to me being flagged for hate speech. And honestly, like I was aggravated heavily in points, angry in others. And I wasn't pulling punches. I wasn't very nice. But for the most part, if you watch the whole thing, I do wind up softening at the end, and I wind up coming around saying, I want to help you ladies. It's just you're so fucking hateable. But the first thing I said was, this was literally the first line of it. I said, you know, I always say, and then I kind of chuckled to myself, said, you know, a voice in my head just asked, are you going to start this video this way? And I say, yes. So I always say that I hate you fucking women because you just ruin everything. And I seriously think that was what it was.
They got you flagged.
Yeah, I seriously think that's what it was. That was my hate speech. I said, I hate you women because you ruin everything. But it's so true.
Look at me ruining your live stream right now. I don't know.
Oh, well, we'll see how this all plays out.
Terrible.
I only got 16 people watching. That's light for me. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Everybody's out on Tuesday. He is white knighting now? Who's white knighting now? Me? Not me. Never going to happen. I did white knight for the White Rose once. Because Angry MGTOW was just saying a bunch of dumbass shit. And I thought it was ridiculous, so I did a video on it. And she's very pretty, so, you know.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But that was a fun one. I'm white knighting for the White Rose. And then I found out that she was a cam girl, and I got even more enamored with her.
Not even touching that.
Well, I wouldn't mind touching it, but yeah. I found a couple of cam girls on YouTube, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh, good God.
No, actually, just one cam girl, and one girl that was straight up a legit porn chick.
This is the point where I say I need a bathroom break.
What? Well, it's almost 9 o'clock. I gotta start getting ready for bed. So, unless you got anything else to talk about, I think we might wind this up.
The only other thing that I was thinking about during whenever we were talking about other stuff was the ninja situation.
Ninja, yeah. He doesn't want to stream with girls. I totally get it. Like, he's savvy enough in the game. He understands that if there's not even a hint of flirting, people will just make it up, and 500 fucking channels will talk about it, and that's light. You know, that's the first day. 5,000 channels will talk about it the second day.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to be talking about how he's cheating on his wife, and he just doesn't want to fucking deal with that shit. I totally get it.
Yeah, I don't understand why everybody's giving him such grief about it. It's a personal choice that he's making, and
because he's sexist.
No, it's respect to his wife.
That's sexist.
Like, I don't understand why. Like, if you flipped a script and you were somebody's wife, wouldn't you want them to make that decision for you so that no stress would come to you, no harm would come to you?
First of all, I'm nobody's wife. I'm always the man of the situation. Right, Dennis? Secondly, no, I mean, I get the point they're trying to make. The point they're trying to make is that, you know, Ninja's the most watched Twitch guy out there. So if you stream with him, he's a kingmaker. You know,
But is it worth your relationship? Because obviously he values his
for
relationship with his
him,
wife.
absolutely not. It's not worth it for him to go through all of that bullshit just to, you know, make a bunch of women stars. But I do get the, you know, the argument that the women have that if I streamed with him one time, you know, I would go from having 100 viewers to 100,000 viewers. You know,
Yeah, but
I get that, but
you're not gonna put the emphasis, like if you're in a committed relationship, you're not gonna put the emphasis on a bunch of people that you don't know.
exactly. But here's the thing, though. What a lot of women aren't really taking into account is that, yeah, you can get 100,000 viewers, right? Just by streaming with them normally, or you can be really, really over flirtatious with him and be the girl that gets him divorced, and then you've got 100 million subscribers. You know, like, you know what I mean? Who isn't gonna fucking try and do that shit? Try
Yeah.
and create some controversy just so that they can eke out an extra couple 100,000 viewers. And yeah, it's
It
dangerous.
doesn't even have to come to that. Like anything, you can clip anything and then spin it to whatever narrative that you want.
Yeah. But think about that, though, as far as it goes to the Me Too movement. There's a lot of guys now that don't want to be alone with a woman. This dude doesn't even want to stream with a woman. Not even in the same room, not even in the same state, doesn't even have to be in the same country. And he's like, nah, I don't even want to be alone on stream with a woman. Now that's fucking crazy, right? When you think about it, that's nuts.
Maybe, I don't know. I just find it very respectable to his wife. If I was his wife, I would be proud.
Hey, you know, I agree with that. I mean, that's a lot of respect to her. That he doesn't want to, you know, put her through that kind of mess. I mean, if you look what you know, Judge Kavanaugh, or well, now Justice Kavanaugh's wife went through, all these women saying that he raped them in high school, that had to have been rough.
Yeah.
To have people saying that about your husband. I don't know. But yeah, I totally get his point of view. I you know, I can't say that I can find fault in it.
It's a personal decision. Nobody should be held in such regard for personal decision. I mean, it's his decision, ultimately.
Well, and nobody's entitled to stream with him anyways. He doesn't have to stream with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's his Twitch. He can do as he wish. You know? So he didn't make his Twitch, you know, saying, I'm going to do this so that I can become famous and then make everybody else in the world famous. He did it because he wanted to make a living playing video games.
He got accidentally famous anyway.
Yeah, well, he just got really good at Fortnite, and everybody fucking just eats that shit up for whatever reason. I don't know. I played that game like maybe 5 or 6 times, and I was like, okay, this is boring me now. I never got into it that much. I don't understand why people do. It's totally ruined my my H2O delirious watching. Fucking every other video is Fortnite, and I'm like, ugh, Fortnite again. Ugh.
I'm not an FPS person or like a run and gun. If I'm playing that kind of game, like I'll sit up somewhere in a camp and snipe, and then everybody calls me a dirty camper. Whatever.
You are a dirty camper.
Well, you know, if they didn't put a sniper rifle in the game, I mean, it's part of the freaking game.
True.
So
I always love when people say that snipers have no skill. I'm like, clearly you've never tried to snipe a moving target in a video game.
You've got to have skill. I used to be able to like no scope that shit, especially on Gears of War. Whenever we would play on Xbox, I could no scope that shit. That is a skill. You can be mad that I have that skill, but it's still a skill.
Oh yeah, I love sniping people. Dude, in the original Destiny, man, there was one PvP map that was there was just a long range. It was like a cave. And there was a cave. One cave was a spawn point, and if you went right, You went up in a little hill and then down into another cave where there was water. And one of the like locations that you had to kind of hold was in that cave. And then there was a giant field, and then there was a little like ridge, a little like broken down machinery thing that you could stand on. You could just sit there and wait for people to come down that fucking hill into that cave to go after that hold point and just snipe them. And I would just sit there and snipe motherfuckers all day. It was fucking great.
We used to play Gears and turn off all guns and make them all snipers and have sniper battles.
Yeah, that's fun shit. It's fun to snipe. There was one time I was in a Gears match that I was the captain. My whole team got wasted, so I ran up into this one little room that only had one entrance. And I just sat there with my Lancer, and every time somebody came in the room, I'd chainsaw them.
No, don't Lancer bitches down.
Fuck that shit. I killed the whole team that way. We won because I just sat in that room and just chainsawed everybody as they walked in. One at a time. They were lemmings. It was hysterical. Yeah, won all by myself. Killed the whole team. It was great. Yeah. All right. Well, it's about 9 o'clock.
I'm sorry. I'm reading this comment about race and gender.
What? Oh.
And brain dead argument.
Just because you provide a service doesn't give you the right to deny it on the basis of race or gender. He doesn't provide a service. Ninja doesn't provide a service. Twitch provides the service. He's just on the stream. He's not providing a service. He's playing a game. I think that's the point. That, like, this person has decided that Ninja is providing a service of some sort, but he doesn't. He plays the game.
Well, essentially, he's just a streamer.
Performer. Yeah, he's just a performer. That's not providing a service. He's not denying it based on anything. It can't be argued whether or not he's providing a service. He's not providing a service. There is no argument.
Yeah,
he's a performer. The service he provides is entertainment to the people that watch him. That's it. There is absolutely no reason.
When you stream on Twitch,
he's providing a service.
Just because you've gotten big at a thing does not mean.
Can a performer deny black people entry to a performance? Well, he can't really deny people entry to his performance. You click on his link and you watch. But he doesn't have to stream with anybody.
Yeah.
He has absolutely no reason to have to stream with anybody. That's inviting other people to perform with him, and he doesn't have to perform with anybody. He can deny everybody entry to that level of the performance, but anybody can watch. He can't say, I'm going to turn off all black viewers. Doesn't happen that way. There isn't an option like that in Twitch.
That would be fucked up.
So I don't understand how you can call my argument brain dead and yet you're saying this nonsense. Yeah, it's totally his choice who he plays with.
It's everybody's choice who they play with.
Savvy. So if a performer said they would not perform with a black person, would that be okay? It depends on the situation. I mean, if they're having open casting tryouts, right? And they're saying, we're having casting tryouts, but we're not accepting black people, then that would be questionable. I would have to understand the roles involved. But like,
this isn't
if you're
like
doing an all-female play.
They
don't have men in it.
But this isn't like a company. Like Ninja isn't a company where he has to abide by.
Obviously, he has some sort of brand name that's a company, but yeah, he doesn't have to.
But he himself isn't a company where you have to abide by.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a person
rules
that's performing.
Those laws.
There's my alarm.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Like, my argument is idiotic. That's because you don't understand. I can't help that you don't understand.
He's not a company, he's a person. So that's
provide a service. Twitch provides the service. He's taking part in the service that Twitch provides.
That's his personal choice whether or not he wants to do something. It can be messed up or it can not be messed up. Some people will agree with it and some people won't. Yeah. But it's still his choice what he wants to do.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not bound by the laws that a job would be bound by to overlook race or gender and or other. It's his personal choice.
If he came out and said, I'm interviewing people to stream with me, and then said, but I'm not accepting applicants from minorities, that would be different.
It doesn't have to be ethical or legal. It's his choice. That's the whole point. It is his choice. Some people will agree with it, and some people won't agree with it. It doesn't matter because it's his choice.
And the other way is just because it's a personal choice doesn't automatically make it unethical or illegal either. If you go on anything and promote violence, yes, but he's not promoting violence against women. He's saying, I won't stream with them. There's a big difference there. He's not saying go out and beat women.
It's a personal choice. You can agree with it or not agree with it. Yeah. I happen to appreciate it. You might not. And that is your personal choice, just like this is his personal choice.
Yeah. You didn't say that that's what he's doing. Okay. But you allude to it when you say if you go on Twitch and promote violence, you're kind of alluding to that as being a part of the argument, and it's not a part of the argument.
It's not illegal either. He's allowed to say who he streams with, and he isn't. I mean,
yeah, just because it's a personal choice doesn't make it illegal either. So what you're saying is nonsensical. I'm reading it word for word. But no, if he said I'm interviewing people to come on and stream with me, but I'm not accepting these different types of people, that would be different. That I wouldn't agree with. Just read your. Well, then why don't you type it more clearly? I'm reading what you write. If I'm misreading it, it's because you're not being clear. Yeah, Savvy doesn't do streaming with games. She does music. So she's not going to have gamers on her music stream. Is that wrong? Well, if you're not being clear, yeah, it's your fault, buddy. All right.
What you said was, let me find. Because I know I read this crap.
I think you're lying.
Just because it's a personal choice doesn't make it legal. So it sounds like you're saying that it's illegal.
That it is illegal. Like, what point are you trying to make there? This is why I love the people that disagree with me, because it just makes me laugh. Final point. Just because it is a personal choice doesn't automatically make it legal.
Okay, well, you made that point, but it doesn't make it illegal either.
So, again, your argument is not a valid argument. Like, you're not addressing what I'm saying to you. You just keep saying the same thing over and over again. What do you have to say to what I'm saying? You made a point. I'm making a counterpoint. Then you we debate the counterpoint. You just making the same point over and over again isn't how this works. It's a personal choice. He can do what he
Okay,
wants.
well,
That's not how the law works. What law? Would you
there's
like
no
to quote the
law on
law
this.
that you're, quote me the law that you're referring to. How does the law
Good
work
night,
in this
Irish.
instance? Bill of Rights. Like, he's not denying people access
so
to
I'm so
what he provides, the entertainment that he provides. He's saying I'm picking and choosing who gets to be on with me. You're referring to my argument. Okay. Yeah, and you keep saying that you agree with his decision, and then why are you arguing the point? If you agree with the man, then don't argue the point. You just go, I agree with that.
No, it's fine. It's fine to ask a question. I'm just not clear on the question because it's not illegal for him to say that.
You're alluding to a lot of things that I'm questioning, and then you just keep saying them again like that's supposed to clarify it. What law is he breaking? This is the only thing that can keep me on past my bedtime.
No, we did read it.
Dude, I'm reading word for word.
We're all reading it.
I can't understand what you're saying. I can read just fine. But when you say it's a personal choice, I'm reading this word for word. You said it's a personal choice. He can do what he wants. I'm saying that's not how the law works. When you say that's not how the law works, that leads me to believe that you're implying that he's breaking a law. So you saying, I never said he's breaking a law, sure. In so many words, absolutely not. You didn't. But nevertheless, you're alluding to a law that he may very well be breaking, and he's not. Therein lies, I think, the disconnect here. So I can read, I just can't understand what you mean. It's an understanding problem. You're not conveying your message very well.
Okay, so if everybody in chat is confused and we are confused and you're the only one not confused, I don't understand how we're the ones not reading it.
See, now he's just throwing big words at me. Contraception and Converse shoes. Man, this has nothing to do with Chucks and condoms. What the fuck?
All right, you argue. I'm gonna pee. I'll be right back.
I mean, the English language means something. The words you use mean something. Context matters. So when you say, just because it's his choice doesn't make it ethical or legal, which I believe I'm still quoting you directly to show that I can read. What you're then saying is that it is in some way unethical or illegal. Like that's what the meaning it sounds like you're trying to convey to me, is that because it's his choice, that doesn't mean that it's not wrong in some way. How is it wrong? Saying it's a personal choice doesn't automatically mean he is in the right legally. He could still be in the legal right, but just because he made a personal choice doesn't necessitate. Okay, fair enough. So what? Like, so what is your point? Like, So you're just saying things just to say things then. That's what I'm getting now. I mean, yeah, I could say it's my personal choice to beat somebody up. That doesn't make it legal. Yeah. So this is not a valid argument. It's not an argument. There's no argument. I'm not arguing that. It's his choice. He can do as he wishes. Yeah, but you're not making a counter valid point. You're just saying that I'm wrong because you think I'm wrong, because it doesn't automatically mean he's in the right legally. It doesn't automatically mean that he's not in the right legally. So what the fuck is your point? Like, that's where I'm losing this. Like, your point makes absolutely no sense to me. My argument doesn't make it a valid point. You're the one who made that point originally. Yeah, and you're making no counterpoint. You're just saying I'm wrong because of an arbitrary reason. Well, it doesn't mean that it's not legally. Yeah. So what are you getting at? Like, you're not countering my point. You're just disagreeing with me. I don't have to. I'm saying your point is wrong. So you are saying that my point is wrong. What about my point is wrong?
Hello, are we still here?
Your point is that my point is wrong. But you have absolutely no reason for my point being wrong. He just wants to say I'm wrong. Essentially, that's all it is. He just wants to say I'm wrong.
Oh god, I thought my bladder was going to explode. I'm sorry.
That's what we're getting to here. Sorry, Valeda. What you've missed while you were gone is that he just wants to say that I'm wrong. And his way of saying that I'm wrong is because it's his. My point was it's his choice to do it. His point is his choice doesn't mean that it's not legal, or that it's legal.
But where is it
everything
illegal?
I've said after that, yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter because he's just saying I'm wrong. That's the whole point of his point, is to say that I'm wrong.
That doesn't make any sense. Where's the
No, it does, because he's a leftist. That's
where's
right.
the law?
I said it. He doesn't have to have a law. I'm just wrong. That's it. That's the whole thing.
You can be wrong. It's still not illegal. I'm just looking for the legal.
There is no legal standpoint. He has nothing. That Sabby has summed it up right there. You're wrong, Andy. Someone filed a suit and argued the case. It could be deemed illegal. No, it couldn't. It could not. Not in any way.
If it could be deemed illegal, then where's the law?
Nobody would take that case. Nobody. He won't stream with me. I'm going to sue. Nobody would take that case. How do I know there isn't a legal standpoint? Because I understand the law. Because I have a stick figure on the whiteboard behind me that has an asterisk or a star next to the word law. He knows everything about the law. I just asked him, and he said, "You're being silly." Because there is no legal standpoint. It isn't discrimination that he won't stream with women so that he doesn't have to go through a whole bunch of ridiculousness. There's no precedent for this.
If there was a law, somebody would have sued him by now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially when that article came out. It's not like he's McDonald's and he's choosing people in the populace that he's not going to serve burgers to. People don't just sue for fun? Okay. I have a girl streaming with me right now. I've streamed with girls twice. I haven't had a black guy stream with me, though. And I would love to rectify that, but yeah. Actually, no, I think I did have a black guy on with me one time. I don't know. There was a lot of people I streamed with that one time. That you consume. Yeah, okay. It costs money, bud. Yeah. I've argued with people like you before. You make no sense. And then I just give up. Because you don't really have a point. Your point is that I'm wrong. You said so yourself. Your point is to just say that I'm wrong. So you're just coming up with a bunch of silly things to just try and bolster your point. And then every time I come back with a counter to why your point is meaningless, you've got nothing to say except your point again. That's how this goes. And roundy round the wheel goes. Oh my God, your poor cat. Quit torturing your cat on the stream. U.S. Code Title 42, Chapter 1. Oh my gosh, I'm going to look it up now. This is where we're at. Stream, don't lose that for me. Everybody be quiet for a second so I can see this when I look it up on my phone. Can't wait for this because I think I know exactly what he's quoting here. See, the cat disagrees with you, man. U.S. Code Title 42, Chapter 21. Civil rights. See, I can fucking read what you're saying, dude. Title 42, Chapter 21. It auto-filled in the 21. Google knows what you're talking about. I'm going to house.gov, U.S. Code View. It's the site I'm getting for those of you playing at home. Equal rights under the law. Damages in cases of intentional discrimination in employment. He's not employing people. Property rights of citizen doesn't apply. Civil action for deprivation of rights. Nobody has a right to stream with him. Conspiracy to interfere with civil rights. Not happening. Action for neglect to prevent. Not happening. Prosecution of violation of certain laws. Not happening. Proceedings in vindication of civil rights. Not happening. United States magistrate judges appointments of person to execute warrants. Not happening. Marshal, don't apply. Fees, doesn't apply. Speedy trial, doesn't apply. Repealed. Peonage, abolished. None of these things apply.
He's
so
not
I'm
employed.
lost here, my
He's
friend.
using the service to... Oh, God.
People who stream with him don't pay him money unless he's charging them to stream with him. You're forgetting that he is employed by Twitch. And technically, I'd be willing to guess he's not actually employed. They allow him to use their service. There's a big difference between that and employing. They would have to have an employment contract with him, which I'm guessing. Look up Luminosity. He's got more shit he wants me to look up now. Luminosity Gaming. All right. Luminosity Gaming. I imagine that this is Ninja's company. Luminosity Brain Training. Yeah, I'm getting the game Luminosity. Professional esports organization. Okay. Well, in their employment contract with him, does it say the state that he has to stream with anybody who wishes? Because I doubt it. Twitch guidelines don't state that you have to stream with anybody who requests to stream with you. Yeah, but you're giving examples of terrible arguments. Your arguments do not apply. Yeah. Val's kitten knows a lot about law too, it seems. The cat says meow. Roughly translated, doesn't apply.
She's very agitated.
Streaming with a woman can be deemed as discrimination, which breaks Twitch guidelines. Yeah, but at the same time, it can't. It doesn't fall under discrimination law. He can choose who he wishes to stream with. He has that right. Nobody has a entitlement to stream with him. He can pick and choose who's on his channel, just like I can. But he can't pick and choose who watches, and that is the service that he provides. Nope. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna wrap this up. It's late. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up early tomorrow. I'm just going in circles with the guy. The wheel goes roundy round. Val, thank you very much for coming on the stream. It was a lot of fun. We'll have to do this again sometime. Maybe you can learn some politics, and then we'll have something to talk about.
Maybe.
I need
I'll
you to
have Civic teach me.
Yeah, I need you to learn everything there is to know about discrimination laws, because apparently that's a hot topic. But yeah, everybody tune into Valeda's channel. It's Valeda XO, right?
Yep.
Yeah, go there and subscribe. She never posts, but you know we can't hold that against her.
I do sometimes.
All sorts of videos that you can watch. Nevertheless. And of course, my channel is always the Egocast. Like and subscribe. And yeah, like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be introducing a brand new character to the show. I'm very excited. We're going to do great things together. We're going to make the Egocast great again. That's the only clue you guys have. So you can bandy about that in the comments after the stream is over. Thank you everybody for coming and watch the show. Yeah. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you later. All right, now don't say anything about people until we actually stop the broadcast. Hold on.